Welcome to Rust and Ruin, episode 4. All roads lead to Solaria, part 2. Last time, our adventurers killed a group of bandits, and on them they found some coin in the form of blessings. They then found a note from the bandit leader and a flyer advertising the Harvest Tide Fighting Championship tournament. Afterwards, they got on the road and were on their way to Solaria. After about a day's worth of traveling, they reached an ancient gate structure where the Solarians had set up a toll. Because they didn't have their registration paperwork for their cart, they attempted to bribe their way through. Unfortunately, this stirred up more tension than they wanted, and Naris had to speak up and save them from being arrested by the Golden Guard of Solaria. Lastly, a caravan of nobles stopped and they caught wind of the trouble that was behind them, and two Gith that were the personal guard of these pale gray female elves came by. This was shortly after they were at the ancient gate. They came by and negotiated with the group in their cart. They revealed themselves to be nobility guards who had discovered a shadow creature / assassin that was caught in the Vor Queen's study. You made an agreement with Eslada to investigate the shadow creature at the university. So today, after all that, it is around 5 p.m. on the 7th day of Kelsinver. You're about 40 miles outside of Solaria. So you have left that beautiful archway behind. And as you all glance behind you, you see a large statue about 30 feet tall that was kind of hidden, if a 30-foot tall statue can be hidden, by the archway that was 40 feet tall. So there was a huge archway and it had runes on it, and that's where the toll was. Well, on the other side, it's like this archway was built in tandem with this statue. This statue has the features of a giant. His arm is up holding a torch, and he holds open a tome in the other hand. So as you are just getting out of sight, yes.
Do I recognize that giant?
Orgull. You do not recognize that giant, but give me a history check.
Starting off with a 9.
9. I'm going to give you advantage. Go ahead, roll again.
Nat 20.
Wow. So, I forgot that I gave you advantage on history checks with giants. Now, you don't recognize the giant. You figure that it could be Wershvla, who the gate is named after. But you can't be positive, but you do recognize, at least you can make out the runes on the tome that he is holding. And this is called the Tome of Felling. The Tome of Felling. Felling.
Nice.
And with a nat 20, this tome is said to have or contain the secrets of ancient Sideran magic.
Excellent.
I'm assuming he's going to keep that to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I believe Silcey, you had the reins, correct? You're muted.
That is correct.
Yes. So, you're just following along traffic as the rest of the day passes as you are traveling. You're going to stop that evening. Is there anything you'd like to do before stopping for a rest that evening?
I don't think so.
If not, you're about 35 miles from Solaria, and you see a Solarian armed patrol. There's about 3 or 4 guards in this patrol, and they are just going down and checking out the carts, and they keep walking. They haven't stopped anybody. But as let's see, as the purple planet Revorum begins to set, and the 2 moons come out, and the sun disappears, music lifts into the air. From carts in front of you, you see firelight. You smell different foods cooking, and people are making camp for the evening. Anybody want to check anything out? Or you want to just stay put with your camp? It's up to you. It looks like different people from different carts are commingling, starting to wander.
I'm going to try to keep a low profile.
Naris as
Same
well.
for Valmea.
I did not hear that, Valmea.
Same here.
Low profile? Okay, how are
Low
you
profile.
keeping a low profile?
I'm just minding my own business.
Are you still
I'm
in
not
the?
saying anything.
Are you by the fire, or are you in the cart? Are you talking to your horse, who you have not named, by the way?
Probably still in the cart.
I am out of the cart and trying to be as subtle as possible, but trying to like people watch, kind of see what's going on around us, see if there's anything particularly interesting happening.
Okay. Make a perception check. Are you going to wander about, or?
I'm trying to be subtle about it. So I'm trying not to draw attention to myself.
Gotcha.
At least not yet.
Okay.
Hold up. Perception. Oof. 6.
No. You don't notice anything. You hear from a couple carts in front of you. You hear a beautiful song that is being played as you peek around. Being played by a yellow female tiefling as she just sings by the campfire. And she ends her song, and she gets a sip of her drink. She collects a blessing from somebody and starts up again. You're kind of entranced by her.
Alright, I'll stay where I am, but I'll be watching and listening.
Like a creep.
Like a creep.
So yeah, do you have any rations or food that you'd like to eat? You've already cooked your rabbits. Yeah, the rabbits are done. No more rabbits.
I suppose I could, is there anywhere around that might have some wild game, anything like that? Or are we too close to town?
There's some wooded area around.
I'm in the cart, so I'll just say to Vamea, I'm gonna go grab us some dinner and just jump off.
All right.
Scurry away.
Okay.
It's dark by now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, just hunting by the night. And yeah, I'll apologize for my stupid joke. But anyway, you can see in the woods, there are some tracks of deer that you can follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and do that.
Either Valmea or Silcey doing anything.
I'm literally just chilling,
Well,
minding my business.
Chilling. You have Naris to deal with. So Naris, he's going to kind of cuddle up next to you, and he's like, "So, I've noticed that you talk to yourself a little bit. Explain that."
I find myself to be a bit better company than you.
That was rude. I've defended your life and honor several times.
I'm joking with you.
Couldn't tell.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I feel like sometimes talking to myself helps me gain clarity in certain situations.
Do I hear this?
Yes, Silcey. Hold on. With a 6. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you're nearby. You can hear that.
You talk to yourself like you're a different person.
The little one's right. You do.
Did anyone ask you anything?
No, but they usually don't.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That's fair. That's a fair point, little one. So, Maya, you gonna share with us? Or are you gonna keep hiding?
I just told you what you need to know. Oof. If I told you anything more, you wouldn't understand anyway.
I understand a lot. I may talk like I don't understand, but I understand more than you know. You rolled a 19 insight check just now. By the way, just a little metagame there. So, yeah, he's not thrown off by you at all.
Yeah.
He'll quiet down after that though. But he will. He does give you an eye, like he's watching you.
I think you should tell us. I don't know why you're keeping secrets.
Silcey, one thing you're gonna have to learn is when to shut your mouth.
Well, you're not gonna hurt him. And Naris pats Silcey on the back.
I wouldn't be so sure.
I thought we were all friends here. We've been here several days with each other. I thought we were getting to become good pals.
I've got your back, but the next time Silcey blows a cover like what we had when we were coming in here, he's gonna at least get one punch. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't mean to threaten you. I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll transition over to the hunting party of one.
I wonder what they're talking about back in the cart. Oh, I guess I should be quiet.
Okay, so make you can do a nature or a stealth check.
Can I do survival?
Or survival, yeah.
Cool. All right, that is a 19.
Oh, yeah. You are able to sneak up on this poor little innocent Bambi. You know, another bad joke. I'm sorry, guys. This poor little innocent deer, though. Maybe I'll stop with the bad jokes. This poor little deer. Go ahead and take a shot.
Okay. Let's see. All right, that is a 16 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay. That is 15 damage.
Yes, this is a clean shot, and the deer falls right over. No,
Didn't want to hurt it.
Didn't experience any sort of lasting pain. It's a good clean kill. So
All right. Over the shoulders.
Yeah, Orgull manages to bring back supper. And he's probably going to take the next couple hours to clean that deer. Nah, just throw it on. So that's what Orgull's doing. You can see that Naris is starting to get a little curious of the other groups.
So we can eat now while Valmea tells us a story.
Well, Valmea, I do wish you'd be honest with us.
I haven't been dishonest with you.
Silcey, now, if someone were to purposely withhold the truth from you, would that person be honest or dishonest?
It doesn't sound like it's honest.
Not withholding the truth either. You haven't told me your whole life story. Why should I tell you mine?
Oh,
I'll tell you mine.
I'm sure you will, Silcey.
You see, if I did something in front of the group, I would feel fine telling you. In fact, I'll tell you a little bit about myself if you need.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going into Solaria because I have a youngin' back in Hylian Forest that I need to provide for, and the job's all run dry. So that's where I'm headed. What else would you like to know?
I'm going to make an insight check on this story, if you don't mind.
Okay, which story?
Mainly the
Naris?
daughter had coming in. Yeah, Naris' story.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gone for pretty much everything else, so I'm going to see if Naris is actually telling the truth. He's making a big point about, gotta be honest with people, so I'm assuming he's lying.
Gotta be a liar.
I only rolled a 12, though.
Only rolled a 12. Let's see. You cannot detect any sort of lie coming from Naris. Seems to be honest and telling the truth.
Okay. I'll take a look up from cleaning the deer and just kind of nod at him. Like, all right. Nothing much. I'm just going to get back to work.
I speak up and just say, hey, Naris, You're gonna go back, right?
Yeah, I'll go back. I'll send money for a while though.
Make sure you go back if they're expecting you to go back.
Silcey, well that sounds mighty sad. You got
I know what it's
something?
like when they don't come back.
And Naris will come over. He'll put an arm around you, kind of pat you. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
And in the background, you hear some nice light music. It's happier than the tone here at the camp right now, but it is decent for the background. Kind of uplifting a little bit. Now, Naris is going to he'll look at you, Silcey. He'll say, now, I'm going to go investigate this woman over here who is playing a lot of good music. You want to come with me, Silcey?
Yeah, sure. I didn't even notice her.
Sure thing. Pats you on the back. And so y'all head over while Orgull's cleaning the deer and Valmea is keeping her secrets. Valmea, that is when the night closes in around you. And two familiar spirits swirl about. Two smoky spirits. One in the shape of an elf, the other has the horns of a tiefling. You hear,
that's right. Only trust in us. Never open up to them.
I never said I trusted you either.
We are all you need.
I think I'm pretty capable on my own. Thanks.
Now, Valmea, all you need to do is ask, and you shall receive.
There's nothing I need to ask for.
they dissipate and they're gone.
Did I hear or say any of that?
Yes, Orgull.
Just Valmea's part, or
Just Valmea's part. And you didn't see anything, like, no spirits, nothing.
so I keep my head down. She probably knows that I heard at least part of it. I just say, "Yeah, we're all pretty fucked up, aren't we?" Let's go back.
Okay. Valmeria's just gonna she'll chuckle at that. She'll be like, yeah, you've got your demons. I've got mine.
Too true. You let me know if you need any help.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Go back to cleaning the deer.
Just a couple troubled souls. Now, Silcey. Silcey, you and Naris walk on over to the next campfire. And here you see that the yellow tiefling woman You also see an orangish brown elf, female elf, and you see a drow, this bluish, grayish skinned drow, and then 2 humans. And they are all sharing this campfire. They all have what looks to be like it's chicken, but you know it's not. There's just, you know it's not chicken. And there's a bunch of ale just sitting around. Different cups, casks, and you see that there's a barrel that's been tapped.
So, is the yellow tiefling, she's still playing?
She is. But she has stopped singing since you came over, but she's still strumming on her lute.
Alright, so I'm gonna go over and just approach her and just say, "Hello, what brings you to Solaria?"
Well, friend, we're not in Solaria yet, now are we?
No, but you're on the way there, and we're on the way there. And so what? Why are you going there?
You can see that once you've gotten closer to her, her horns kind of curl up around the front, and she has really bright blue lipstick and dark reddish black hair. I'm sorry, mate. I missed your question.
What's bringing you to Solaria?
Oh, a gig or two.
Oh yeah?
Hell, if my patron will pay for it, maybe a whole tour. Maybe I'll tour the West Coast.
So how long have you been touring?
Well, I haven't started touring yet. Said maybe
Well,
I'll
how long
tour
have
the
you
West.
How long have you been doing this?
Years, all my life.
All you've ever done?
What else is there to do?
But there's a whole world out there. I grew up in the Hilarion Forest.
I hope to see it by playing.
That's nice. I like your music.
Thank you. And then you see that Naris is talking to the orangish brown skinned elf, who they both turn to you, and Naris says, "Well, Silcey, this here's Auburnn." She says, "Nice to meet you. What brings you here?"
I'm Silcey. Well, I figured it was time to leave home. So, I don't really know much about this place, but I'm here.
First time in Solaria, eh?
It is.
Mine too. What do you expect to find?
I don't know. I'm just, I guess I'm trying to keep an open mind.
Really?
Yeah, is that...
It's the first time you're leaving the Hilarion Forest, you say, and you just hope to find whatever?
Well, I'm hoping to find somewhere I can do some good, and I guess I was more leaving somewhere than going somewhere?
Okay, so now you're going to make an intimidation saving throw. As Auburn's eyes.
13.
What was it?
13.
Auburn's eyes pierce you. You see that they're like this golden color, and they almost seem to radiate out. She says, "Do you know why I'm going to Solaria?" And you feel the weight of her words. Each word seems to be pressing on you as you are growing fearful of her.
13.
Yeah. You're growing more fearful with each word. I'm going to root out corruption.
I'm not corrupting Solaria. I've never been there.
I think you have been there. And I think now you'll tell me.
No, I haven't.
So if you if in your history have ever been to Solaria, you will now reveal it to Auburnn.
Okay, I've been a couple times.
Now, why would you lie to me?
Well, it was a hard time, and I don't really like talking about it.
It's almost like everyone else is gone. It's just you and her now. And there is an otherworldliness about this whole meeting. Almost like she meant for it to happen. And you sense that she is far older than what she looks like. She appears to be about the same age as the tiefling, in her 20s, far older. Now,
I wasn't trying to hurt anybody.
Silcey, I want us to be friends. I want you to learn from this. And I want you to be on my side. So that when I go to Solaria, I don't come out with your head.
Okay. I wasn't trying to hurt anybody.
And the tiefling, the yellow tiefling, pops in between you, and it's almost like the scene is shattered. And she says, "Oh, leave off it. Leave him alone. Can't you see he's scared stiff of you? Here, take an ale. My name's Vikarna.
Thank you. I'm Silcey.
Do you want to hear her weave a tale?" Not Auburnn, by the way. And you get scared you for a second. You can see that she's motioning her head over at one of the humans. A really old woman who has wrinkled skin and gray silver hair.
I'd rather hear what tales you have to weave.
I'll be playing in the background, don't worry. And she strums up and she says, "Okay, Parsach, weave us a tale." "This one's called The Lay of the Lock." And that's where we'll go back to the other two. So, Orgull and Valmea. The night is passing. It's been probably an hour. Orgull's almost finished with cleaning his deer. Valmea and Orgull, if you don't want to interact or with the scene or with each other, you're going to be in awkward silence with each other. We can do that.
It's probably a lot of quiet reflection for both of us. I don't want to speak out of turn. I am trying to, do some perception checks to see if anyone's coming nearby, that sort of thing. I'm pretty paranoid, so I'm trying to keep a low profile, but I'm also trying to, threat assessment.
Sure, give me a perception check.
That is going to be 19. Are we close enough to the next camp where I'm, at least getting bits and pieces of what's happening, or are they too far away?
With a 19, yeah, you're getting, you're hearing a little bit of it. From the gist of it, Silcey has run into a little bit of trouble.
Can I tell that, he's in imminent danger, or is it just...
No, more like he's scared and you're sure he's over-exaggerating again.
Gotcha. I'm going to say to Valmea, Silcey's looking pretty, he's in a pretty rough spot. He might be giving away more than he wants, if you wanted to check on that. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
We know what happened last time. He was under pressure, so...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll go check it out. Thanks for letting me know. I'll get up, start heading that way. I have no intentions of talking to people, though. I'm solely going to see if Silcey's okay, and then I'll probably just head back.
Okay. You wander over there, and like I said before, you see the tiefling, you see the orangish toned elf woman, you see the old woman the old human who is telling a tale, and you see a drow, and you see what looks to be like that old woman's spouse. So you have two human women who are in their late 70s, really old.
And Silcey
seems fine. He is actually sitting there. What are you doing, Silcey? There's ale. There's a little bit of something that tastes like chicken that they've offered to you.
I'm awkwardly trying to flirt with this tiefling. That's what I'm trying to do.
And so the other human woman who is not Parsach, who is telling this Leia the Lock, the other human woman has to keep calling you down. It's like, shh, be quiet, listen. And so what you catch of this story for the Lay of the Lock is it seems to be a romance tale between a noble Gith woman and a common half-orc. But she is supposed to marry a noble, not a commoner. And this leads to fighting between some noble houses, which ends up involving the commoner as well. And the Gith woman gets involved and is accidentally killed. That's where you're at in the story right now. There's a little bit more to it. What else would you like to do? Silcey is trying to interrupt and flirt during this really beautiful story.
seeing that he's okay, I'm trying not to talk to anybody, so I'd probably just head back, make sure Orgull's good.
And as you start to turn away, the orangish elf woman grabs your arm.
Girl, okay. Can I help you?
Why are you leaving so soon? We haven't
It's just,
even had the chance to speak yet.
I only came to check on my friend.
Huh, Silcey's your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going to Solaria?
School.
I'm continuing
Straight to the
my
point.
education.
School.
That is a classic case. A
Why are
young
you
woman
going?
leaves home and then deals with some trouble and has to go back to continue her education.
What brings you here?
Am I right in my assumption about you?
Mm, it's a pretty generic assumption. So to a degree, sure.
Since I'm so generic, I'll give you the gist of why I'm going to Solaria.
Go ahead.
I'm going to hunt people like you.
Mm. Have fun.
I hear this?
Make an intimidation save.
Me?
Yes.
It's an 8.
Oh, yeah. So you're afraid, and that fear starts to set in as her words seem to connect, and you're like, maybe I should note this woman.
Gotcha.
And she
Noted.
looks, yeah, she looks you directly in the eyes, and she says, "Don't get in my way."
I was leaving when
Leave
you
now.
came in my way.
And she gestures you to go.
Bye.
Do I hear this?
Silcey, make a perception check at disadvantage. As you are enraptured by the story about two lovers, two star-crossed lovers, and could be you, and it could be Vicarna. Yeah.
I wasted this. First roll was a nat 20.
Mm.
And then but a disadvantage, I got a 6.
Yeah. So you are imagining the two people in this story are you and Vicarna. And so you didn't even notice that Valmea came over to check on you. Someone could have spilled a drink on you, which Naris did. He spilled his ale on you. He's trying to pat you clean. You don't even notice. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to." He is drunk, by the way. And this beautiful story ends with Parsach telling about how the commoner takes the ashes of the Gith woman, the noble Gith woman, and instead of going and murdering all the nobles who had a hand in this and going to their houses and just going on a vengeance tour, instead he takes the ashes, clutches them, and he jumps from the tallest cliff in the land, which is Masatero Point in Solaria's port district. and he falls to his death. And that is where Parsach ends the story. And Vikarna ends with a dramatic strumming. As you couldn't tell, it's almost like she was playing the drums at the same time on her lute. And Silcey, you have tears streaking down your face. Parsach turns. What did you think?
I toss a couple blessings at her, and then a couple blessings at...
Thank you. We'll have another telling of the lay of the lock tomorrow. Silcey. Oh, I couldn't hear you.
No, yeah, I toss them each a couple blessings, and I'm just trying to like recover. That was beautiful.
And as you are recovering, Silcey, that is when Vikarna starts playing Round Go the Coffers. As she is encouraging people to give coin. As a small crowd has gathered. Anything else you'd like to do, Silcey? Naris is wasted. It's been a couple hours now. Naris stumbles on over to you. That was a beautiful story, wasn't it?
It was beautiful.
It was almost as beautiful as a musician.
Yeah.
I think I'll
You think that?
ask her on a date.
Oh, okay. I thought I might have had a shot.
You want a shot? Here. He hands you an ale.
This is okay. This is an ale, but I'll drink it. Thank you.
You're more than welcome, buddy. And he smacks you on the back real hard. Down, 2 or 3. Actually, it's like the third cart down from this, so 5 carts total from your own cart. You hear a loud uproar of cheers. And Naris has completely forgotten about the tiefling woman, Vikarna, and he is stumbling over to where they're cheering. Vikarna puts her lute away, and she comes over to you, Silcey, and she's like, "You want to go win some coin?"
Yeah, you want to come with me?
That was the plan.
All right, let's go.
All right, so they're headed over there. Orgull, you catch wind of this because you hear the loud cheering, and several people have passed by as you hear that there is going to be some gambling going on, and there may even be a fight.
All right, I'm slightly triggered, but I'm intrigued. So I'm assuming they're going to pass by me on the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just kind of fall in line, assuming the food's all ready.
Yes.
I'll hand a little bit to everybody.
Valmea, are you going to gamble?
I'll go check it out.
All right, so you...
When I got back to Orgull, I would like to think that I just looked at him and being fully aware that we are probably two of the most disturbed people there, I said, "Oh, Silcey's fine, but why is everyone here so weird?
Right?
Everyone's so weird except for us."
Everybody's so messed up. And that's when Silcey walks by with the tiefling. Hey, buddy, all right.
But yeah, I'll go. I'll check it out.
We'll at least see what's going on.
All right, so everybody's going to gamble. Nice. So 5 carts down. So there's a large crowd watching the table, and just as you get there, 2 people get up, and there are 4 seats at this table. And there is one game master who is running this, and it is a human man. Looks to be in his 40s. He's like, "Come on, join. Sit down. I need 2 more players. 2 more players. Tonight, we are playing Draugrs of Barrows." And you can see he is shuffling cards. Really, they're really long cards. And they're ornate with paintings on them. He's shuffling through them.
I look at. I'm sorry, you have to help me with their name again. The tiefling.
Vikarna.
Vikarna. I'm like, do you want to go here?
Well, this is the only table tonight. The only one I know of, at least. Why don't you play? Why don't you play? Earn back that coin that you gave me.
I try to pull myself up onto the chair. It's probably a little high.
Yeah, you can get in.
All right.
The game master's looking around, and he points at Orgull. Points at you. "You, sir! Come on in."
You're going to have to teach me how to play, but whatever.
Sure. Draugrs of Barrows. That's the game tonight. So now, he's going to be telling you in game, and I'm just going to tell you how you actually play. So you're going to be rolling 2d8 to determine the cards that you receive. And then you will roll a d20 in the event, because this happens in the event of a tie, but you'll go ahead and roll the d20. So overall, you're rolling 2d8 and a d20. If the d20 ties, then you'll roll again, or you'll set it aside and double the pot. So the cards are, and this is also an order of power. You have a dragon, a drow queen, which is based on the Vor queen, a Sverfneblin king, which is based on the ancient kings of past, a knight assassin, a knight and then an assassin, a lord, a lady, and a commoner. There are a couple stipulations here that I'll have to tell you as we play. Those stipulations are: the assassin can beat a king or a queen. A lord and lady together can beat a king or queen. Queen always beats king because the Vor queen assassinated the last king. Queen and king together can beat a dragon, and a commoner and a lord or lady can beat a lord and lady together. So, various stipulations that we'll just have to go with, okay? So I'm rolling. There is one other player. There's 3 players, as another person has gotten up.
So the D20 was to break the tie of the D8s, or vice versa?
You're breaking a tie with another player.
So 2d8 first.
Yes, 2d8s first. Okay. And he tells you to keep your cards turned over, and so nobody can see them until he has the set piece ready. All right. So let's see. Orgull, what did you roll?
2 3s.
Nice. So you have 2 lords. And
My cards are upside down.
let's see. Silcey, what did you roll?
7s.
7s. Oh, 2 7s?
Yep.
So you have 2 drow queens. And so now he says, all right, set piece, turn over. And you have the flip. The d20s don't come into play because Silcey won the pot here. And so now he says everybody's going to have to pitch in 2 blessing for the next pot.
How much was the pot last
So
time?
the last pot that you just won 6 blessing. The game master himself for this pot puts in 5 blessing. He takes 1 from each pot as like payment for himself. All right. Let's roll it again. Valmea, would you like to join the next one? You're muted.
No.
No?
Not yet. I'm still just checking everything out.
Okay. So, Silcey, what did you roll?
I rolled a 2 and a 1.
A lady and a commoner. Orgull.
8 and a 4.
Ooh. You rolled a dragon and an assassin.
Yep.
So Orgull wins the pot. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You win 10. Game Master keeps 1.
All right.
So as the game, you can see that you can easily get caught up in this game. As the ales are flowing and the game's starting to progress, Orgull, you hear word that there's going to be a fight or 2 happening in about 10 minutes.
I'm going to have to check out this fight.
Oh, come on. Stay one more game.
I'll give him 1 blessing as an extra tip.
Cool. Thank you.
So, here's a blessing. Don't tell me what to do. Have a nice day.
You as well. You as well. Pretty lady. And he's going to reach out to you, Valmea. Please come join us. Just for a couple games. I've already made several people richer.
That's right.
I'm looking around for Vicarna.
Vicarna is actually behind you, and she's drinking.
Okay.
She's cheering you on. You're going to get inspiration. You'll get to re-roll once on this next turn. So obviously the higher number is better. So you'll want to get as high as you can. Orgull, you're going to check out the fight. I'll do that in just a minute. Valmea. So you're rolling 2 d8s and a d20.
Okay.
So Silcey, go ahead and give me your 2 numbers.
A 5 and a 1, and then I rolled a 1 again.
Oh. So
So
you have
5 and a 1.
You have a knight and a commoner. This started out as a nobility game, as you can tell, as the commoner is only worth 1, sadly. Valmea, what did you roll?
7 and a 6, and then a 2 for the D20.
Oh, Valmea, you narrowly win, as you roll. You got a Drow Queen, which is the Vor Queen, and the Svirtneblin King.
Sweet.
So yeah, you rolled really well, but you barely won because the other guy rolled 2 6s. All right, so that pot, everybody put in 2. So that was 2, 4, 6. So you lost 2, Valmea, and then you just won back 6. So you net 4.
Cool. Nice.
All right, next match. Everybody give in 2. As another person sits down, and this person puts more than 2 in. He's going to put 6 in. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The other human still just gives 2. So the pot will be 11 this time. All right, give me your 2d8s, Valmea.
8 and 5.
Ooh, another great one. That's a dragon and a knight.
Sweet.
Silcey.
2 7s again.
So you have 2 Vor Queens. Ooh. So that barely nudges out Valmea. So you win the pot of 11.
So net 9, right?
Yeah, net 9. All right. So you guys are going to get one more game, and then we're going to go to the fight, which you'll miss the first fight. You might get to see the next fight.
Sweet.
Okay, so 2d8s. Oh. All right, Valmea.
2 and 6.
Silcey.
5 and an 8.
5 and an 8. So nobody won on that one, unfortunately. The human on the end won with a 6 and an 8. He won with the king and a dragon. But Vikarna consoles you with a kiss on the cheek. Silcey, you will get you'll get inspiration on your next check, whatever it is. So just make a note of that. You can thank Vikarna. All right, so we're going over to the fight now. So
Everybody is?
you guys are still playing technically that last round while the first fight's going on. But that's gonna metagame that's gonna attract so much attention. The game master is gonna close it down after that. So I don't know how the fight's going to go, but the fight in general is just gonna pull the crowd. Which is how he's getting some of his pots. Some people are donating to it. So he'll close it down when that ends. The first fight, you see a large, really buff Goliath, an orc, going at it. And they are pounding each other's face in. But then, finally, the Goliath pins the orc down and starts to choke him and just pound his face. And he wins. And so the person who is hosting this fight then gets up. And he's going around. And he notices you, Orgull. He says, hey, do you want in on the next one? I don't know who you'll be fighting yet.
That will factor into my decision then.
All right, I'll try to hold your place. He goes
What
around.
are the rules? What can't I do?
No killing. That's it. Knock them out.
I'll do my best.
Or they can tap out. Either way. Other than that, there are no rules. Oh. Yeah, no killing. He walks away. So he started to reconsider, and he was just like, nah. You notice that the last fight, they didn't use weapons, but as you can assume that as soon as somebody pulls out a weapon, then the other person's going to pull out a weapon.
Guess the other person's pulling out a weapon.
As soon as it escalates, that's that's where it will go.
While he's leaving, can I just make a scan of the crowd, see if I recognize anybody?
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check.
17.
17. Nobody familiar here.
Right.
But with the
What do you go through win?
there's a pot for the champion. They haven't announced how much it is though.
I didn't even think about that part.
Yeah.
Afterthought.
I have a number written down already that they're collecting the pot right now from the crowd. So everyone that's coming over, they're asking to donate. You know that they'll take a cut and then the champion will get the rest. All
Because I
right.
was gonna say if they were doing it like per fight, I would just let them fight me and we'd just stage the whole thing, get some gold or something.
Well, there's going to be 3 fights. It looks like is what this is what you gathered from listening to the crowd. So the wisdom of this crowd is that there's going to be 3 fights. They've already had the first one. There's going to be a second one, and then there will be a championship fight, so to speak. And the winner of that last fight will get to take home the pot, whatever it is. Which this crowd is getting pretty big, and they're trying to hustle people for donations. Most people are giving, so you can see the host, which was a gnome. He walked around already, and he's about to circle back to Orgull. And then there is an elven man who is a little darker toned, and he's coming by and he's asking people to put coins in his hat. Blessings for the pot. And he comes to you, Valmea. At least a blessing or 2. Come on. You can give. I saw you win some.
I'll throw one in there.
Okay, so you give a blessing. Silcey, you and Vikarna have wandered over to this fight as well.
I'll give 2 blessings.
Okay.
Showing out.
You see Vikarna. Vikarna, she says, I like that. It's very kind of you. Then she's...
That's my thing.
As you're flirting with her, she says, now, should I donate my 2 blessings that you gave me? Or would that be wrong?
I gave it to you. You can do whatever you want with it.
I think I'll give a different 2. She tosses a couple blessing in. Now, Orgull, you see that he has grabbed a fighter. It is a human. Is a human woman, and she is buff. She's buff.
All right.
We have our next contenders. And the gnome walks over, and he's like, now, the only rules are no killing. Do not kill. If you kill, there's nothing I can do about it. Fight. And he walks away.
Pull out my maul.
So real quick,
Yeah.
how far away is this fight happening from the crowd? Is there like a closed off space?
No. There's about 20 feet of grass where, these fighters are taking their stances, and after that, everyone else is gathered around. So they're just moving with it. With the ebb and flow of this fight, the crowd will move. Try and stay out of the way.
So I heard that there are no rules, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am going to cast Shield of Faith on Orgull.
Okay.
Shimmering Field appears and surrounds Orgull for 10 minutes or until I lose concentration, granting Orgull a 2+2 bonus for AC.
Nice.
All right.
So yeah, Orgull, you feel something come over you. Like, this feels nice.
That
And
deer was good.
The only reason I made sure that I heard it was no rules because it's like a shimmering shield, like you can see it.
oh,
I say to the woman, I have no idea what's happening.
she chugs her ale and she says, "Huh, me neither." And she takes out her axe and she is going to swing at you with an 18.
Sorry, what?
An 18.
Well, because of that shield of faith, that's going to be a miss.
So it connects with the shield and she's like, "Damn it." It's your turn.
Yeah, I bet that hurts most people. Anyway, I'm going to swing on her. That'd be a nat 20.
That hits.
Really hope I don't kill her. How are we doing crits?
So you double the
Doubling
dice.
what's on the die?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Shit. 27.
Oh, yes. So you bury this right in her ribs. And she goes down. And she's like, "Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Screaming out in pain.
I didn't want to hit you that hard. I didn't have
Just
flashback.
demolished.
I'm going through stuff.
She is
I'm trying to
down.
work through it. I'm trying to do the work.
She's bleeding heavily onto your mace.
Please yield.
She says, "Never." She spits at you.
I looked to the gnome and I was like, does that count as a yield?
No. Keep going. Kill her. Kill her. She is going to swipe at your knees with a 19.
19 ties my AC.
So, I don't know how I've said this in the past, but it's going to have to be better from now on. It's got to beat the AC. If it ties, it doesn't tie, I mean, it ties, but it doesn't hit. So she would have to get a 20. So I don't know if I've said otherwise, but that's what we're going with now. Just so I can keep things consistent in my head.
So, just looking at her, do I think she has one more swing in her?
You think that one more hit would finish this? Like if you connect.
This fight?
It depends on
This
how
life.
hard you hit her. I've seen you do 30 damage before. That's her HP. She has 3 of it left.
She has 3 HP left.
Just flicker.
Yeah.
I'm going to swing on her. That one was just a 19 on the dice, so that would be 24.
Yes. And so the gnome sees the rage in your eyes and he says, "Get the healer!"
9 damage.
Yes. So you knock her unconscious. I believe just with your maul, right?
Yeah, so I'm swinging down. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit, so I'm just like...
Yeah, you pull it out of her rib cage, and you try not to aim for the rib cage, but you accidentally go back to the rib cage. And
Oh, that was done hard.
no ribs left on that side. Just gone. And the healer, luckily, gets over there quickly, and he just shakes his head like, "Why are y'all doing this?" And you can see he's saying a spell. All right. We have our winner! You will face Broken Tooth in the title. What is your name?
I wasn't prepared for this. My name is definitely Naris.
I'll yell from the crowd, "Orgull! Your name's Orgull!"
You see Naris, and he goes, "What? What's happening?"
Yeah, call me Naris.
We have...
Shut up.
Do you have a nickname, Naris, or just Naris? Like Naris the Great?
Naris the Alright.
Naris the All-Right will be battling Broken Tooth. We'll see
I'm
who
looking
takes
down at this
home
woman, and I'm just shaking my head.
75 blessing.
What now?
75 blessing.
Alright. Good thing I wasn't hit. Let's go.
Be careful for robbers if you do win. They'll be eyeing you. Bandits, they notice this sort of thing. Good luck.
Feel good.
Broken Tooth. Just boom. Wanders over there. He has a huge maul of his own, but you can see that his hair goes down in a very long braid, and he has war paint over his face, and he says to you, "Naris, I don't do this for fun. I do this because I have to. If you die, I'm sorry."
I know how that goes.
May
That's
your
an
death be
excellent
quick.
weapon. What's that?
May your death be quick.
Ditto, buddy. Yeah.
And the gnome comes back over and he says, "All right, you know the rules. There are no rules. Fight!" He's swept up in the moment as this crowd has grown large. A quick little cursory perception, and you can see that the guards who are supposed to be looking out for this thing, this sort of activity, they are cheering on Broken Tooth. Yeah, he has
Never
his own,
the underdog. All right.
he has his own little fan club. Broken Tooth, Broken Tooth. All right. So, what is your dexterity, Orgull?
It's a 12.
12.
So +1.
All right. So, Broken Tooth will get to go first. He's going to swing his maul with, not a good roll. That's a total of 11. No. It is your turn, Orgull.
That would be an 18 to hit.
That just barely hits.
That is 12. And I would like to action surge to swing again.
All right.
That is a 20 not.
Yes, that'll hit.
That's going to be 13 damage.
All right. So you can see that he is bleeding now. As your maul has connected with his shoulder and kind of just almost caved it in. And he tries to work it out. He puts his maw in his other hand, and he's going to take a swing at you. 19 to hit.
If I still have Shield of Faith.
I believe you do, right, Silcey?
That is my AC.
Yeah, it's within 10 minutes.
Yes, you still have Shield of Faith.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Thank you, dear. Alright, that is an 18 to hit.
That hits, just barely.
Alright, and I got 15 damage this time.
Ooh. He's hurting. Now, Broken Tooth, he says, I will not be defeated! And he comes at you and tries to grapple you and tackle you with a strength. Make a strength save.
20 not nat.
Oh. So you have both tied. So we're going to do a roll off. Make a roll.
Do you want me to add my modifier again or just
Yes.
13 this time?
Ooh. He wins this time with a nat 20.
Okay.
And he is going to be in close range and try to hit you with his maul now. 21 to hit.
I'll do it.
He is raging. That's going to do 14 damage.
Alright.
Orgull.
So, bonus action, I would like to do my second wind. Heal myself a little bit.
All right.
Alright. Health up a little bit. And I'm going to try to swing on this guy.
All right.
Alright, that is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Really nice dice tonight. And then only 6 damage.
All right, so he is Broken Tooth is still standing, but just barely.
Alright.
That's a 20, not natural.
That hits.
Ooh, he rolled high. 19 damage.
I have 1 HP left.
Ooh.
But I am not going to quit.
Yes.
So
Oh, God.
he's bleeding, right?
Oh, yeah, heavily.
Okay.
This
Well,
is
okay.
down to the wire.
So I gotta do this. So I'm gonna I'm gonna go up to him. And how far away is he?
He is about 20 feet from you. You're going to run out onto the field?
Yeah, but I can't quite get there. 15 walking speed.
Well, I'm swinging.
So I'm running out trying to touch him to cast Cure Wounds on him. But I can't quite make it.
It's a nat 20.
Oh, man. Nice. Double the dice.
Alright, so that'd be 17 damage.
You finish. Go ahead and tell me how you flavor this.
Alright, so he grappled me. I'm like on the ground. We're just hitting each other. With all the strength it takes to lift up my maul, I just say to him, quietly enough that only he can hear, "There's a reason I'm still alive. It's because I refuse to die." And I hit him right in the side of the head.
And that knocks him unconscious. Just. Oh.
I yell out from the crowd, "Broke tooth? More like broke skull."
You get a few chuckles. Get a few chuckles of that.
Not from the guards.
Since I was running out, I just kind of stopped and I'm like, good job. I believe you the whole time.
The gnome runs out and separates you and he says, "We need the healer!" And he grabs your hand, Orgull, and he raises it up and he says, "This is just a little taste of what you will see at the Harvest Tide tournament. That is, I believe it's in 6 days from now. Make sure you come." And as he is saying this, as he's saying this, the guards are saying, "Okay, break it up. Somebody get Broken Tooth out of here." So the healer is, he's got his hands on Broken Tooth. And the small little elf guy comes over to you, Orgull, and he gives you a brown pouch of blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And you now have 75 blessing from this.
I'm a dead man.
And yeah, he does say, "I would watch out for bandits after this."
Alright.
I'm going to go ahead and follow through and cast Cure Wounds on Orgull.
Yeah, go ahead. So he's gonna cure wounds on you. I'm gonna
only for 2 HP, but I tried.
Okay, that's fine. Does anybody else want to do anything on this night?
Long rest, please.
Silcey, you and your girl, Vikarna. She says, "I hope you'll come see a few of my gigs. I don't know where I'll be playing yet. My manager hasn't told me."
Yeah, I'll look out for you.
Okay. Just look for the name Vikarna on posters. Come see me. And she does lean in and gives you a kiss. As she walks,
He's like speechless after that.
she walks away for the night. So you can go ahead and take your long rest because after this evening, everybody is pretty wasted and tired. The next morning is a late morning. Traffic is slow. And Naris, he somehow ends up back in your cart with a hangover. And so the next day is the 8th of Kelsimver. You make good progress despite the slow traffic and the hangovers that several people have, namely one being Naris. And so you're about 15 miles outside of Solaria at this point, and this is where you've reached the highest point of the hill, and now you're about to go down into Solaria, where it goes down to sea level. And so as you reach the top of this hill, you see down into the city. And let's see. Despite the traffic being so terrible and being backed up for what looks like miles, you can see the shining domes of the temples and the large towers in the university district. And you see the port district and all the ships coming into port. And you see a lighthouse that is on the highest peak as this city goes back up. So it dips down and then goes back up towards the end of it. And you see that on the highest point there is a lighthouse. So through all these towering buildings, these large mansions that you see, there does look like there is some sort of arena or stadium. You can almost smell the aromas of the commerce district already. Naris hops out of the cart. He says, "Well, this is where I leave you. It was really nice getting to know you all. I wish I could have gotten to know you a little better, especially you, Valmea. But seems you all have your way to go, and I have mine. I'll be working for a living, and you guys seem to be going on to the university. I hope that maybe one day you'll think a little better of me, Valmea." And
badly of you.
sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Never thought badly of you.
He says, "Well, I hope not. And what I want to do is I just want to give you this parting gift." And he holds out to whoever will take it. He just holds it out. He's not really looking. You can see he's trying to stop from being emotional about this. He's just kind of holding a scroll out to you. So who wants to take it?
Like keeping it for you. Point at Valmea.
Yeah, I'll take it. So thank you.
Says, "Y'all let me know, well, you probably won't be able to, but if you ever run into me again, maybe I don't know." And he cuts himself off and he walks away.
I run after him and give him a hug.
He'll lean
Like
down.
kind of around the
He'll lean.
waist.
He'll
'Cause I
lean
can't-
down. He'll lean down and hug you back. Give you a pat on the back. He
I'll
says,
chime in as he's going. I'll say, Naris, you might not feel like you can trust me, but if you ever need help, find me.
"Will do. Will do."
Thanks for letting me use your name.
"I'm a champion at something." And he kind of gives the fist pump in the air. So, anybody else want to do anything? we will make camp. Say that again. Anybody? Did I cut you
Actually, yeah.
off? Valmea.
Well, I want to open the scroll.
So yeah, he's walked away, and you open it up. You see that this is it's written in Dvorian, and it is a scroll of protection.
Nice.
It is a scroll of protection against Fae. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Naris.
So that was his parting gift, and you make camp for the night. It'll be the 9th of Kelsinver when we return. The 9th of Kelsinver. It'll be morning. So, that will do it for episode 4 of Rust and Ruin. I hope you join us again in a couple weeks on Wednesday, June 30th at 7 p.m. We will have episode 5, The City of Light.
Woohoo!
Bye.